It's past 2 a.m. right now, and I had some good conversation with some lads when I went out. Had some hookah, shisha. It's pretty nice. I can't really think of what I should talk about. Nonetheless, here I am. I'm sure something will pop up. You know, what I have noticed since I started this journey, and though the difference is not immense, I do see a difference. Even when I was on my social outing tonight, I noticed that I carried myself in a good way. In a way a man should carry himself. I am a man after all. You know, though going out, it's been such a long time since I have been out, at least for a social outing, and it was really just by myself. I was a little nervous. You may even say that I had some anxiety, and that feeling of uncomfortable washed over me, the feeling of uncomfortability. Nonetheless, I still went. I told myself it's okay to feel things, but making the brave choice is to go through with what you say you were willing to do, you know? And I did it. I'm proud of myself. It's the little things that you do in life where you push yourself to be uncomfortable, and then when you are in the situation that you presented to yourself, or that's presented to you, that you do quite well, and you quickly realize that a lot of it's just in your head. 9 times out of 10, you're going to be okay. What you thinking about, overthinking about the whole process, just it makes everything a little bit too much complex than it needs to be. And sure, life is complex, but it doesn't have to be. I believe most of it is self-induced. Most of it is brought upon ourselves. We do it to ourselves. It's all a mental barrier, and when you start to realize these things, you also realize how powerful your mind really is, and how few people are even able to, excel at using their mind towards a virtuous venture. So as I said, I was out. I was making conversation with most people. I wasn't just bothering everyone. But I met these two great guys. We had pretty good conversation. I would say really good conversation. Not something, I was chilling for the most part, smoking hookah. And, you know, guy right there by himself as well. I'm like, hey, how's your night going so far? Some other guys, lads that were bumping into me a little bit, they apologized and, conversed back and forth. The vibes are really good. The guys, the staff members, just spreading good, positive energy that isn't, I feel like, seen enough, and I feel fulfilled by doing that, by putting myself out there, which I don't do often, and I believe it's one of those things that I have to start doing more of. Not only is it going to make me a better person, it's going to sharpen my social skills, it's going to sharpen my network. I'm going to make some great friends, great partners. Opportunities will present themselves to me, and I will just have it all laid out right there. You know? And all it takes is you putting yourself in that position. And obviously, like, there's better places you can go to do these things. Just baby steps, step by step, And then eventually you'll look back a year from now and you'll be unrecognizable. Not just to others, but to yourself in the best way possible, I would say, I would add. Or at least that's what we hope for. And fun fact, this was my outfit, the one that you guys got a little glimpse of. It's a traditional outfit from my country, Pakistan. And I got some good compliments, I felt good because I looked good. Even though today wasn't the most productive day. And because of that, I felt like I shouldn't have went. Because I was like, there were so many things in play that it wasn't lining up, So I was like, maybe I shouldn't even go. Why go? I don't deserve it. And perhaps that's true. But who knows? The fact that I went and came back safely, God willing, alhamdulillah, I was meant to be there. Oftentimes we come across situations where there feels like there's so many blockades that you would call them signs that you shouldn't do something. And sure, I could have went with my gut feeling and be like, yeah, if I worked hard today, harder, or if I did more today, I would deserve this XYZ reward. And though that's an ambitious mindset, it's also a very detrimental mindset. It can also pull you back, you know. I could have easily not have driven 20 minutes, you know. I need to stop saying, you know. It sounds nice though. And basically just, you know, stayed put. I could have done something else as well. And yet, I choose to see this experience not as me just wasting my time. I saw it as me sharpening my mind. Because I wasn't just hitting on girls, you know, I was getting looks. I never really talked to that many women there. I wasn't really, you know, whatever came across is what I was dealing with. And yeah, I said hi and whatnot, but it wasn't like me actively trying to bag girls. Maybe one, you know, that's a different skill set. Nonetheless, it's also a skill set. And I'm more than capable of doing so. I feel like we tell ourselves things that are not true about ourselves because these things were said to us, or maybe not in a direct way, but through our experience, through the low self-esteem that causes you to overthink or downplay your position of power or your dynamic in a relationship in the community. I think it's all bullshit. I'm starting to realize that more and more, that I am amazing. And though I have so far to go before, you know, it's a life journey. This thing that we call self-improvement. You're not just supposed to do it for 6 months and be good at it for the rest of your life. You're supposed to continuously go down the path and the game will just get easier. But that's when you have to find new challenges and new ways to sharpen your skills. This is one of my ways of doing that. That's why I say that I see a difference from day one. And it's only day 4. The fact that I'm able to sit here and talk to a camera, looking at myself, the phone's facing me for angle purposes and, you know, picture quality, whatever. The fact that I'm able to do that, it's not unique. I would say it's not common either. Not a lot of people can just rant on about fucking whatever. Maybe they can. You know, it's a skill. It's something that you have to build upon. And it all depends on where you start. Fortunately, through my experience in customer service, business, and jobs, you know, like Home Depot, UPS, it's a little on and off, you know, you get to be a little bit social, but it's not with the outer world. In retail, at least you get to be social by helping people that are coming into the store and you get to build a relationship like that, which I love. I can't believe I even just said that. And I say that because it feels good to be socially adequate, to be able to have a conversation. It's built in our DNA. Biologically, we're supposed to communicate with each other. We're social animals. That's how we got to this point. That's how you meet your wife. That's how you meet your girlfriend. That's how you meet new friends. That's how you open up new ventures and opportunities, you know. Otherwise, and I wouldn't say I'm necessarily an extrovert. As crazy as that may come across to the viewers, you guys, I would say I'm in the mix. I like to have me time. I like to have my sense of peace. And though yeah, but a part of me also aches to conquer not just myself, but my surroundings. To curate an environment that's optimal and ideal for me to be my best version, my best self for my community, for you guys. Me doing this is not just for me, it's also for everything and everyone else. Because I saw this video of Denzel about talking about, and everyone knows Denzel Washington. He's a renowned movie actor slash philanthropist slash legend. And he talked about we all have a gift given to us by the divine God himself. We're not supposed to just take it with us. We're supposed to leave it here so that others can see it. And it inspires them, inspires a new breed of good men, good women. It's not just about men, it's also about women. It's supposed to be a dynamic duo, and it's frustrating to see in this world, this day and age, this whole inbred fighting between the female gender and the male gender about what should a man be doing, what should a woman be doing. How about we just do what we're supposed to be doing? And we should have a pretty good idea of what that is. I mean, we made it this far doing so. And I believe most women and men, we naturally feel more fulfilled in life by doing the things that are naturally just ingrained within us. A good example would be, I'm not really, I could be okay with kids, but I'm not about having the patience to deal with a kid. And I don't have kids of my own, but I have a niece, and it's a beautiful thing to witness her grow. But the amount of patience that her mother has, my sister-in-law, and my mother has even for her is incomprehensible, if that's a word. I think that's a word, but I said it probably wrong. Like, it's something that I don't see myself being able to do. At least not in a, it wouldn't feel natural for me to be that way. That'd be a very feminine trait for me to have. You know? So, yeah, Denzel, he says, you gotta find your gift and you gotta share it. Not necessarily share it, but share it with the world. It doesn't have to be sacrificial or anything. Nothing about any of this is sacrificial. Maybe it is. But that's what a legacy is. People can look at Denzel Washington and inspire to be a better actor, a better person. And I would say for a lot of men out there, especially in the black community, he's a very prominent role model. And not just for the black community. I even look at this, Denzel got some swag, you know? He's fly. So I even try to emulate his walk. You know, there's always things that you just pick up on from each character that you come across in this world, whether you met them or not. And we all do this, whether we do it intentionally or just because it just seems to align with who we're trying to be. And I'm not saying that you should just copy one person end to end. Though having such characters around us in this life, it gives us an idea of what we want to be. Because nobody can be Denzel Washington besides Denzel Washington. Who he is, how he walks, whatever he is, it's him. You can try to emulate him, but it wouldn't be authentic. And authenticity comes from you just taking what you want and molding it into what you become. So, it's gonna be a short video, short rant. I got some work I need to take care of tomorrow morning or this morning. So I need to grab some shut-eye. But yeah, just don't give up. Believe in yourself, or at least learn to believe in yourself. I know it's hard. I know that you've suffered. We all suffered, but you know, some people suffered so much. It's all, you're able to get out of whatever situation you're in. And perhaps not get out, but you're able to mold it into something that's beautiful. Van Gogh, that's actually some of the art that I plan on collecting because my friend Alton, he's a really good friend of mine. He's in his 60s. He collects Van Gogh art, and me learning the story about Van Gogh, this guy literally lived his life, painted the most immaculate art to the known, let's say to the known world, but to this modern day, this world has seen. Yet he died, not getting the recognition that his work is getting at this moment. But of course his work outlasted him, and now he's one of the most renowned artists to ever have lived. But it's crazy because his gift is still here. It's still alive. And hopefully we can do the same thing for each other. And I suppose it's unfortunate that he wasn't able to get the recognition while he was alive that his work was that amazing. And I have a feeling that there's going to be a lot more people like that in this life. There's always going to be people like that. So, and to end this, I want to wish everyone health, safety, a prosperous future. I hope everything works out, and it will. Just keep your head up. Just keep it going, keep it grinding, keep doing the work that you know you're supposed to do. I could really use my advice. Just keep doing what you're doing, you know. And things will start to work out eventually. You just gotta put your nose down, just grind, lock in. And inshallah, God willing, you'll get on the path that you were meant to be on. You'll find your gift, and you'll be able to share it with the world. Cheers.